Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting? You are knowing what you are wanting? Yes. Louder doesn't help. Well, you always know more clearly what you do want when you're focused a little bit in the direction of what you don't want. So isn't what you don't want helpful in knowing what you do want? Isn't this focusing process a wonderful thing? And would it be correct or even a good idea to be hard on yourself when you are feeling a red flag or when you're focused upon something unwanted? Or is it wiser to recognize that it's all part of the focusing process and just enjoy the focus that comes about as a result of your exposure to life? Of course, when you decide to become a deliberate creator, then you lean more and more in the direction of what you are wanting. But it doesn't mean that you run from unwanted. You just get it in its proper perspective. You just stop embracing it or obsessing over it. You let what you don't want really help you in the step one process, which is defining what you want. But beyond that, if you don't use what you don't want as a means of justifying what you do want, in other words, sometimes because you don't really feel like you deserve what you do want, you really push hard against what you don't want to get someone else to agree with you that you deserve what you do want. In other words, as you explain how hard something is or how unfair it is or how long it's been going on, that justification for some other thing that you desire, that defending or rationalization, what it does is it causes you to practice the vibration of unwanted. Everything is always working out for you. And that's the thing. If we could just zap you with that, we would. We want you to know that things are working out for you. No matter how they seem, they are working out for you. It's working out for you. And as you relax and trust and yield to the benefit that is there for you, we want you to know that as you just relax and breathe and meditate and make lists of positive aspects and just do some simple things, not big things, not big hard things, just some simple things with a now conscious realization of the vortex and a willingness to go there if you can and stay there longer when you go. Just that simple new decision will cause you to relax and allow your self-discovery of so many of the wonderful things that are in the vortex. And here's the piece of this that feels so good. What's missing in your self-awareness right now is a feeling of worthiness. And you're not alone in that. A lot of people are there. And what's going to restore that worthiness to you is you finding yourself in the vortex where you're allowing the universe to yield to you so much that you've been asking for. Because when the universe yields what you're asking for, doesn't that feel worthy? In other words, when something that you want occurs to you or happens to you, doesn't it just bathe you in new warmth? Isn't it like a warm blanket of well-being just wrapping around you, you see? But you can't get there in the way that you try to get there. So what we're saying is just with some of these simple things of just trying to get into the vortex, and then once in there, the self-discovery of so much of you've been looking for is going to give you this feeling of confidence and worthiness and alignment all rolled into one. The words don't even matter. It's just going to be this feeling of well-being that you have been seeking, that you are deserving, that is huge. It's like waking up from a dream and just catching the tail end of it. And if you can catch the tail end of it and focus on it, then it will unfold into a dream that Esther could take all day long telling Jerry the dream she had last night. If she can get hold of it, he tries to distract her so she doesn't get hold of a piece of it because it can be very, 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 very detailed. It's the same sort of thing. Get into the vortex and let it unfold for you. As we have these conversations with so many of you, often it feels to you, or at least your intent when you first start is, Abraham, I'm this physical person living this physical life, and there are things missing. I want my body to feel better. I want my body to look better. I want a different life experience than I have. In terms of manifestation, I want the manifestation of my life to shape up in an improved way. So I'm willing to listen to your processes in order to bring that about. We say right from the outset that if what you're reaching for is improved manifestations, then we're off on the wrong foot to begin with. Because what you're reaching for is alignment with who you really are. In other words, most people are looking for love in all the wrong places. So what that ornament breaking represents is a very vivid opportunity for you to realize that even as you went back after the fact and insist on continuing to call it a treasured object, we want to say we would like to put all things of a manifestational nature into a pile that we call not treasured. And we would like what's treasured to be the feeling place of the vortex. In other words, it's the battle that so many people have about haves and have-nots. It's the battle that people have about having money or not having money. So many people are sensing that they are putting emphasis in the wrong places on life. And what we want to bring to the conversation is that we want you to have all of that stuff, but we want you to find your vibrational vantage point first from which to understand it and enjoy it. It's not about manifestation or not. It's not about materialism or spiritualism. It's about connecting with the fullness that life has caused you to be, and then addressing your material world from that vantage point. So when you are really in sync with the wholeness that is you, and you are feeling you're not needing the presence of your mother in your life experience right now, because that experience filled your vortex. The relationship that you had with your mother put things into your vortex that are now who you currently are. And it is so much more delicious and important and revealing to be a vibrational match to the being who she caused you to become than it is to retrace your steps about that becoming. You see what we're getting at? You can't separate who you are in your vortex from all of the relationships that have caused you to be it. And in trying to go back and explore those relationships, you distract yourself from the becoming that is so much more. Did you hear that? It's our way of saying that when you tune to the vortex, it'll be way more fun than getting a new car. But if you tune to the vortex and then you get a new car, how good is that? We want you to go to the vortex and then go to the vortex and then. We want your relationship with who you have become. We want to go back to your mother. You cannot separate who you have become as this culmination in your vortex. You can't separate yourself from the relationship that you had with your mother that caused all of that. And the relationship with your mother is less than that. So as you're feeling for complete alignment with who you are, it's more important than any individual relationship or conversation. In other words, this culmination of who you are is huge. It's like coming into alignment with what man calls God. It's coming into alignment with the fullness of who you are in such a complete way that the satisfaction in the moment gives you this real-time life experience. When you are tuned into the fullness of who you are, and your husband accidentally, so it seems, breaks an ornament, in your alignment with who you are, those shattered pieces just sparkle as the fairy dust of magnificent creation. And as the dust falls all around you, it's just memory of the delicious life experience that you are now living. And in the whole experience, there's only fun and appreciation of all of that. You see what we're getting at? From inside the vortex, you can see no wrong. From inside the vortex, there is only love. From inside the vortex, you are so full and so complete and so in alignment and so at one that then that being turning your attention to anything, oh, that's when you want to make love. Oh, that's when you want to find something good to eat. Oh, that's when you want to take a drive across the countryside. That's when you want to look up at the stars. That's when you want to feel the wind on your face. In other words, that's what you're reaching for, you see. And everything else is just contributing to the possibility of that moment. Oh, that's what we've really been wanting to say to you all day. Finally, we're there. Everything that you've been living and everything that you think is important, but all of it is important only because it is causing the culmination of that which is you, which you can rendezvous with right now. Right now. No exceptions. No reason not to. You're quiet, and we don't blame you because we have really gone into some expanded understanding. So how do you translate all of this rambling that Abraham has been spewing at you all day here today? How do you translate that into a meaningful life experience? And in very simple terms, you translate it like this. I was born of source energy, and no matter how hard I try, I cannot separate myself from it. I am source energy, and I am good. I am source energy, and I am worthy. I am source energy, and I am deserving of a wonderful life. How soon I allow it for myself is optional. That's really what it all breaks down to. I can criticize someone, hold myself off from it. I can doubt someone, hold myself apart from it. I can love them and join the fullness of who I am now. I can nitpick and pinch myself off. I can step back and look with a broader view at what makes me feel good and line right up with it. I can appreciate and tune in. I can criticize and tune out. My choice, here and now, always, all day, every day. Be who I am or not. It's so interesting to visit with our physical friends who have been content to not be who they are, and then sort of want to defend to us why they have not been who they are. And so we figure that if we can just do a sales job of who you are, that from inside the vortex, we'll call you in. Because there's nothing bad about not being in. It just doesn't feel that good. There's no wrongdoing about not being in. It just doesn't feel that good. Nobody's mad at you for not coming in. It just doesn't feel that good. There's no rational justification for not being in. It's just habits of thought that keep you from being in. We just want to call your attention to the fact that there is a vortex and you can get in. And when you do, you'll like it. There was nothing really specific that was pre-planned. It was just this powerful, general but powerful. And in it being general, it does not mean it's not powerful. This general intention for fantastic expansion, joyous expansion. So what makes it feel like you've described it is if you know sort of what you don't want, which means you know sort of what you do want, but you don't do anything about lining up with it, then what you don't want grows and what you do want grows, and the contradiction between the two gets stronger. So if you really know what you don't want, which means you really know what you do want, but you don't line up with it, then the contrast just gets stronger. We haven't said this here today. This is a perfect time to say it. With all that you've been living, the most important dynamic to understand is that you are vibrationally, in terms of source energy, which is the larger part of you, you're expanding. And as a physical being, human being who is thinking and living life, if you're not moving with your thoughts and therefore with your emotions in the direction of your expansion, then the crevasse between you and you gets greater and greater. And eventually it can get so great that even though you're still doing the work you came to do, you're not reaping any of the benefits of the work that you came to do because you're holding yourself vibrationally apart from your own benefit. Where somebody else is actually seeming to receive the benefit of your struggle, but no one else can receive the benefit of what you do, and no one else can deprive you of the benefit of what you do. It's all a perceptual misunderstanding.